Hi guys, it's Connie, and I am going to show an egg spell that you can do for Ostara. You can use it for any kind of spell you would like. You can use it for protection. You can use it for a wish or a blessing. It just kind of depends on what you want to do with it. I am going to make a blessing one, and I am going to show you how to do it. You will need some eggshells. And after you have made breakfast or whatever, take the eggshells and put them in warm, not boiling hot water, but warm water, and let them soak for at least a couple of hours. So you'll need that. Let me sit this here so it don't spill everywhere. You will also need some kind of herbs that represent whatever spell you're doing. So for me, I'm doing a blessing spell, so I'm going to be using some, oh, the lighting in here is horrible. I'm going to be using some red rosebuds, and they're red and pink. I'm going to be using some lavender. I'm going to be using some lovage root, and I'm also going to be using some cedar. Now you can use as many herbs as you can fit inside of an eggshell. You could even grind them up and put them into powder so that you can even have more herbs in there if you want. If you're using protection, then obviously you'll use the protection herbs that you would use. You can even put protective black salt in them if you want. So I also will need a candle or wax seal. And if you don't want to go through this process, because it is kind of time consuming, you can also glue on, like tape it up and then glue on like a ribbon or something just to kind of keep the egg back together again. Use your imagination, hot glue it, whatever you want to do. I'm also going to be using some citrine. Oh, focus, would ya? Thank you. Citrine chips, because I'm going to be putting that in there because I always, when I'm working a spell that I want to last a long while, I always put at least one chip of citrine in there because to me it keeps everything kind of fed and going and energized. And then you'll need a pen of some sort. I just have this little metallic silver pen that I'm going to be using. Okay, so this is what I do. And hopefully I can do this with one hand. We will go over here and let me grab. Okay, so if you see, let me get the light a little bit better. If you see how the eggs are put together, there's this like little membrane that's in here. Well, if you pull it, and oh geez, how am I going to do this? Alright guys, give me 1 second here, because I'm going to try to prop you up somehow. Oh jeez, come on, stay up there. I know I'm probably making you guys really, really dizzy. Okay, so, after you have let it soak for a while, there is... Oh, don't do this to me. Sit up. There is a little membrane. And if that would focus, that would be awesome. Come on, focus. Focus, okay. There is a little membrane in there. And when you pull it apart, you see it right here? It comes out. Oh, my dog's coming over to say hello. Okay, so when you pull it apart, you have, I can pick you guys back up now because I pulled it apart. You have this like little membrane looking, it almost feels like wet paper basically. Okay, well what you do is after you've done that, you dry it as flat as possible. I would recommend not putting it on paper to dry. I would put it on like wax paper or something that it won't really stick to when it dries. And sorry, I know I have you guys back down again. I'm just trying to get the rest of this off. There we go. Oh, hello. Okay, so see how it is? So what you want to do is you want to try to dry that as flat as you possibly can. And let it dry. Okay, and when it dries, it looks like this. It looks like a piece of paper. It feels like a piece of paper, and you could write on it like a piece of paper. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. Let me grab a few more just so you guys can hear. You hear that? Yeah, it's almost like paper. So you're basically making pieces of paper out of eggs. Now, the reason for this is because you can write down what it is that you're wanting to protect or bless or what kind of wish you want onto the egg paper that you just made. So for me, I am going to be putting who I want blessed in my property. So I'll be putting my children, my animals, myself, whoever. Same thing with protection. If you're trying to protect your house, your home, your children, if you're trying to protect your house while you're gone, then you write down your address onto the piece of paper. Okay, so when you write it down, and some of them, excuse me, some of them might be really, really small pieces. That's fine. If shove as many as you can in there. Write down one name on each paper and then just put it in your egg. I ain't gonna probably be able to do this. Okay, yeah, I can't do it with one hand, but you guys get the gist, right? Okay, good. I know, I'm just all over the place here. Okay, so that's what you want to do is you want to write down whatever it is you're wanting to bless or whatever wish you're wanting to come true or whatever you're wanting to protect. Okay, so then you put that into your eggshell. And I got 2 eggshells halves right here. Okay, and then you are going to want to stuff your eggshells with your herbs and crystals or stones, or it can even be hair, your own hair if you want, your pet's hair. Imagination, let it go wild. You just shove it in there, you make it full as you can on both sides, and then you just put it together, and I'm going to do that right now, and I will be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, so it is a little time consuming when you use the wax. It's not bad, but it does take a little bit longer than it would be if you just glued it together, but it's also more satisfying, I think. So as you can see, the egg is completely waxed and sealed all the way around. And inside I have my herbs, my crystal, and the egg paper written down what I want blessed. Now, you can do so many things with this. You can decorate it for Ostara and put it on your altar. I can't speak tonight. And then after Ostara, you can go and bury it on your property or something. You can put sigils or runes or any kind of symbols that you want all over the egg if you would like. You can decorate it up if you want. What I do with it is I will put it on my altar for Ostara. And then after Ostara, I will go and I will bury it or under a tree or next to a tree in my yard. I don't know. I think it's, to me, I think trees kind of help protect it. They're like guardians or something. It's something that I've felt since I was really little. So I will go and I will bury it next to one of my favorite trees in my yard. And I will leave an offering for the tree, thanking it for guarding it and protecting it. And everything's biodegradable, obviously, even the paper. So I don't know. I just think it's a really fun way to get the whole family to do it for Ostara. Your kids, it's fun for them to do. They can, put little wishes or little blessings or, whatever they want inside their own eggs and then go and bury it. And it's just, it's something that has been in my family, and I'm trying to remember as far back as I can possibly remember right now. And I do believe I remember being like 5 and doing this with, I think it was my great-grandmother and a few of my cousins. And then it just became a tradition after that. So, this is just, like I said, it's a really fun and easy way to do an Ostara spell. If if you don't want to go through all the trouble of peeling the paper and making your own egg paper, obviously you don't have to do that. You can just write it on any kind of piece of paper and put it in there. But I just feel that it's just a little bit more, magical, and a little bit more. You're putting your energies into it a little bit more if you're doing it with the whole egg paper and whatnot. So, yeah, sorry, I know I'm just kind of scatterbrained today and probably not making a lot of sense. But I hope you all have a very blessed night, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.